Something so significant it simply pales in comparison to the ramifications of today's events. The other kings were right, says the king of Olander. You are insane. You cannot be left alive. You're far too much of a threat to us all. And yet none of these kings have had the nerve to tell me this to my face. Despite having been planning my assassination in secret for the past 20 years, Aiden says. I will commend you, though, for being the first one to actually tell me this so openly. Perhaps small reward is in order to show you how much I appreciate your sincerity. I will leave you now, but you should expect your reward to arrive in this very room within the next few minutes. Goodbye, King of Olander. After Aiden teleports away, we hear the king cough a few more times, then Transceiver falls completely silent. Well, I suppose we are about to head in. We didn't said that the king's reward would arrive in a few minutes. He was talking about us, wasn't he? Layla writes to me. Most likely, I say. Look over there. The secret door leading to Billy Bob's workshop has been left wide open. Aiden is practically inviting us to go through the tunnel and kill the king. If that is the case, then we should probably hurry before the king leaves the room and calls for backup, Layla writes. You're right, I say. Let's go. We walk past all the prisoners, we enter the tunnels, hidden tunnels, and then we climb up another set of stairs until we reach the workshop that we ran into Billy Bob when we were previously came to this tower. Just as we were hoping, the king is still inside the room, as far as we can tell. He seems to be only one here. His guards are nowhere inside. Why didn't he activate it? Is he unconscious or something? So you're the ones that the creator sent to deliver my punishment, the king says when he sees us enter the workshop. It must have been very amusing for him sending the very murderers of my brothers to assassinate me. Since Gontok is not with you, am I to understand? They've already dealt with them. Yeah, Gontok's dead, I say. That is truly unfortunate, the king says. He was a very useful pawn, very easy to manipulate, but that is enough chit-chat. You come here for a purpose, haven't you? Go and strike me down, kill this evil tyrant once and for all. Oh boy, shoot the king in the head with my crossbow. I do want to ask him about Layla's father though, but he might just manipulate us if we talk to him at all. And he might mock us because he has nothing else going on. Because like he knows we're going to kill him. And he has accepted his death as well. Very gracefully, I would say. I don't think talking to him is a good idea. But then again, Layla might get pissed off if I don't talk to him. You know what, let me save and then we'll ask him where Layla's father is. Ask the king where Layla's father is. Where is Dr. Reidzek? I asked the king. We know that you're the one that had him kidnapped. Are you not going to kill me? The king says. I thought that was the main reason why you were here. Answer the question, will you? I say. Very well, the king says reluctantly. Your friend's father is currently being held in a prison cell somewhere in the city. However, I only know his location, which means that if you don't do exactly as I said, Dr. Reidzek will meet an untimely death at the hands of... Actually, Dr. Reidzek is right here. We heard the overseer's voice as a green drone is now entering the room, with Layla's father walking close behind it. I offered to free him from his cell in exchange for activating a few of my protocols that Billy Bob always refused to give me access to for fear of handing over too much control to me. You did what? The king shouts at Layla's father. How could you have possibly considered that giving the overseer even more control is a good idea? It didn't really leave me with a lot of options, Layla's father says. You didn't want to tell me what you did to my daughter, so I couldn't risk waiting in that cell any longer. Thank the gods that she is apparently safe. Please wait, Overseer's eyes drone says. The Overseer protocol is analyzing the current situation. Analysis complete. It appears that you're trying to assassinate the King of Olander. Did you know that the king has a device strapped above his left knee that automatically defends him from projectiles and then shoots fire beams at his attack? Okay, good idea, I didn't do that. The area in the immediate vicinity of the device is not being protected properly due to Billy Bob faulty engineering. If you shoot your crossbow right above his left knee, you should be able to destroy the device and deactivate the king's defenses. You traitorous machine, the king says angrily. Is this how you express your gratitude to me for allowing me to roam freely around my kingdom? Upon further analysis, it seems that the device which the king uses to call the royal guards to his location is also malfunctioning, possibly due to someone having tampered with it beforehand. The verse is, if you want to kill the king, now will be the perfect time, as he will not be able to call for his allies. Shoot the king with the left knee and then shoot him in the head. Tell the overseer that he should kill the king himself. I think we should not delay anymore because Aiden will get pissed off if we do shit like that. So just shoot the king with the left knee, then shoot him in the head. Observation check level 2. I aim my crossbow right above the king's left knee and place my triggers on the place my finger on the trigger. Just as I'm about to shoot, I notice there's something slightly off about the perspective. It's like what I am seeing in front of me is made to replicate reality, except for very few. Oh, it's probably the fucker from behind, the illusionist following us. He probably made that up. Except for very few minor discrepancies that are only be seen if you pay very close attention to them. I'm watching an illusion. When I concentrate a little more on the angles that are not the way they should be, the illusion in front of me suddenly disappears, and I realize that instead of aiming at the king, I had in fact been aiming the crossbow at myself the whole time. That was a close one. I shot myself in the eye back there. How did this even happen? Was it the work of the illusionist royal guard? Barry was wrong, Lila writes when she sees me staring at my weapon. Take a good look around the room to make sure there aren't any more discrepancies. Then I shoot the king quickly in order to not give the illusionist any more time to cast another spell. First I shoot above his knee, like the overseer said, and I shoot him straight in the head. My king, no! We heard the illusionist royal shouting from somewhere within the room. As the king of Olander is dead now, falling at the ground. Despite his shout, the illusionist does not say anything else. It seems he does not. He's keen on revealing his position to us. After a brief pause, why doesn't he just stab us with a knife or something? After a brief pause, the overseer breaks the silence by asking us a question. The king of Olander is now dead, the overseer says. Oh, fulfilled your original purpose of coming here. Does this mean that you will now leave, or do you still have unfinished business in my city? My city, huh? Well, first of all, I still need to... Hold on a second. What do you mean by your city? I ask him. As I've only just stated, the king of Olander is dead. So the majority of his royal guards, the overseer says. That means that the city is now under my direct control. Therefore, it is now my city. Please ask me if you need any further clarification. No. I think we already made things pretty clear, I say. So now that you've obtained a control of the city, everything, what do you plan to do with us exactly? Your fate has not been decided. The overseer protocol would need to conduct an analysis depending on what you will claim to be your next objective within the city. Now, is there anything else I can help you with? Yes, actually, our friend Melindra told us that the king stole something from her, and I'm pretty sure that she needs this item to save her brother, since she wanted us to kill the king and not simply sneak into the palace to steal from him. My guess is that the item must be something that his Royal Highness would normally bring with him at all times, but I have no idea what it could be. Any ideas? Unfortunately, I cannot help you with that query, as I am not familiar with your friend's history or motivation, the overseer says. Yeah, I figured as much, I say. I guess I'll check his pocket at first. Then, or maybe it could be one of those rings on his fingers. Let me see. As I'm searching through the dead king's pocket, the overseer's green-eyed drone suddenly begins to act very strangely. It is constantly moving up and down, the left and right, without any rhythm or reason. Seems like the behavior is only getting worse. Overseer? I say, are you alright there, buddy? I had a little too much to drink last night. There is a voice. The green-eyed drone blurts out all of a sudden. A voice? I say, it is a different voice every time it speaks, but I can tell it is the same entity. The overseer said, it's calling out to me from a place that is beyond analysis, beyond reason. Probably a Magium. As he's saying this, I can hear something vibrating loudly from within. Is it the crystal inside the drone? Within the drone, the sound it makes is eerily familiar. When I recognize what the sound is, I freeze for a moment, then I immediately remember a conversation with Hardrick and Araka that I had when we first arrived at the rebel base. So if I wanted, I could just mess with the auras of some rocks, and I'd have my own personal army of highly intelligent stone golems then. Oh yeah, I remember having that conversation. I remember Hardrick asking. Sure, Hardrick asked him, if you also combine these rocks with some ceridium and some of the blue crystals lying around these caves and a bunch of other stuff, and spend a few decades working on them, acquiring the knowledge you acquired from the Magium, then yes, you'll have your army. Call me in 30 years and tell me how that worked out for you. Blue crystals. The drones were all built with blue crystals inside of them. How could I forget this? I was careless to think that we would have been safe from the Magium if we reached the surface. I should not have let my guard down so easily. Maybe there is still time. Maybe we slowly distance ourselves from the drone. We could... Where is the one called Araka? The overseer asked in a voice that is totally different from his usual tone. Am I talking to the Magium now, or... I say as I'm trying to sound confident, while my whole body is shaking. Araka isn't here with us right now. I don't know where she is exactly. Araka's actions have threatened the very fabric of all existence, and she must be stopped at all costs, the green-eyed drone says, in the same unusual tone of voice. You will reveal her location, or the world will be undone from its seams until she is found, starting from this room. Listen, we really don't know where she is. I think you might be mistaken. I say, Araka is stuck in an amulet. There is no way she could have realistically threatened anyone with doing anything more than just shouting in their ear and not letting them sleep at night. If you could give us some time, I'm sure we can quickly clear this misunderstanding.